The inaugural ASEAN Corporate Governance Conference and Awards is initiated by the ASEAN Capital Markets Forum with the support of our development partner, the Asian Development Bank. This event is hosted by the Securities and Exchange Commission of the Philippines on behalf of the ACMF with the cooperation of the International Finance Corporation. We'd also like to acknowledge our sponsors for the ASEAN Corporate Governance and Awards. Our gold partners are the Institute of Corporate Directors and the Philippine Stock Exchange. Our silver sponsors are Publicis Jimenez Basic, and our official events partner, Team Asia. Our bronze sponsor is GSIS. Our patron sponsors are Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Development Bank of the Philippines, Land Bank, Social Security System, Standard Chartered, and Towers Watson. Our platinum media partners is Bloomberg TV Philippines. Special thanks to our other media partners, ASEAN Times, Business and Commerce, and Business World. Ladies and gentlemen, to welcome each and every one of us, the Chairman of the Philippine Stock Exchange, Mr. Jose T. Pardo.
The Honorable Franklin M. Drilon, Senate President of the Republic of the Philippines. The Honorable Teresita J. Herbosa, Chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission of the Philippines. Mr. Ranjit Ajit Singh, Executive Chairman of the Securities Commission, Malaysia, and Chair of the ASEAN Capital Markets Forum. Representatives of the Securities Commissions of Malaysia and Thailand, the Financial Services Authority of Indonesia, and the Monetary Authority of Singapore, the deputy heads of APEC member countries' delegations, our friends from various ASEAN stock exchanges, other guests from across the ASEAN, including the leaders of the top ASEAN publicly listed corporations, corporate governance experts, domestic ranking bodies, and other corporate governance advocates and practitioners. A very good evening to all of you. On behalf of the Philippine Stock Exchange, permit me to welcome you all to Manila. Today, the Philippines is proud to host the culminating event of the ASEAN Corporate Governance Initiative. We are also excited about the inaugural awarding of the top 50 ASEAN publicly listed companies for outstanding performance in the ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard. I must say that it is fitting that the APEC Summit is set in an ASEAN country this year, as the region is a dynamic emerging market. ASEAN is simply the place to be. We are the 7th largest economy in the world at a combined $2.3 trillion. We have a dynamic young workforce of some 200 million people. We are an Islamic finance hub. We are a center for offshore manufacturing and services. We have 6 dynamic stock markets constituting more than 45,000 listed companies with a total market cap of $1.9 trillion and an average daily turnover of $3.2 billion. And now, of course, we can add corporate governance to the list of positive points for ASEAN. Even cross-border investment within the ASEAN itself, such as stock exchange linkages, cross-listings, and similar activities would benefit as more and more publicly listed companies in the region adopt best practices, just like the top 50 that we're honoring here tonight. We're also proud of our Securities and Exchange Commission's most recent achievement. Just this morning, the SEC finally launched the Philippine Corporate Governance Blueprint. After months of development work and consultations, and together with the stakeholders, the SEC encouraged healthy debates that generated added interest in the role and significance of corporate governance in the effectiveness of the boards of directors and in the performance of companies in our market. Through innovative market initiatives, corporations are encouraged to voluntarily raise standards of corporate governance rather than wait for procedures to be required by law. This is exactly what an 18th century American poet and educator was driving at long before the term corporate governance was coined. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow said, and I quote, "It takes less time to do a thing right than to explain why you did it wrong." End of quote. Markets are now more open to debate on how much corporate governance should be legislated by regulators, what best practices should be freely adopted by individual companies, and how investors should assess corporate governance standards. At the Philippine Stock Exchange, on the other hand, we have the Bell Awards for corporate governance among listed companies and brokers and dealers. We will evolve the Bell Awards so that we can reach out to smaller companies and help them raise their corporate governance standards to the level of high performers. At this point, allow me to congratulate the top publicly listed companies in the ASEAN. I am particularly proud of the Philippine publicly listed companies which made it to the elite list. May you inspire others to follow your lead. Thank you to the ASEAN Capital Markets Forum for steering this landmark project and to the Philippine Securities and Exchange Commission for hosting this event. Mabuhay and good evening again to all of you.
Thank you very much, Chairman Pardo. Good evening, everybody. I am Sean Yao.
Good evening. My name is Quintin Pastrana, and welcome to the ASEAN Corporate Governance Awards. Now, before we proceed, I'd like to ask all of you to rise and spend a few moments in silence to commemorate the victims of the unfortunate incidents that befell Japan and Paris several hours ago. Thank you very much, and let's all be seated.
Okay, tonight we will be showcasing the results of the latest ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard.
Yeah, and before we proceed, to award the most awaited PLC awards, let's welcome first the Chairman of the Securities Commission of Malaysia, Chairman of the ASEAN Capital Markets Forum, and the Vice Chairman of the International Organization of Securities Commissions to give us a special message, Datuk Ranjit Ajit Singh.
The Honorable Senator Franklin Drilon, President of the Senate of the Philippines, our gracious host, and my colleague, Chair Teresita Rabosa from the SEC, Chairman Jose Pardo, Chairman of the Philippine Stock Exchange, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. Let me also extend a very warm welcome to this very important event today. I'm very pleased, of course, to be here at this inaugural ASEAN Corporate Governance Awards, hopefully the first of many more to come. It certainly has been a very significant and important initiative since we first thought about it at the ASEAN Capital Market Forum, and I'd like to congratulate the SEC, the Philippine Institute of Corporate Directors, as well as their partners, the Asian Development Bank, the International Finance Corporation, and the Philippine Stock Exchange for doing such a marvelous job in hosting not only what was an extremely insightful conference this morning, but this fabulous dinner, an award ceremony that we are all participating in this evening. And this being done, particularly as Manila navigates the very challenging task of hosting the heads of states for next week's APEC summit. So thank you very much. Tonight, of course, we will be recognizing a special cadre of ASEAN public listed companies that have been identified as leaders in corporate governance in the region. This award ceremony is an important achievement, both for the recipients, whose commitment to corporate governance is an excellent example for the rest of the field, as well as the ASEAN Capital Markets Forum, which has pursued corporate governance as a very important pillar in our set of work and initiatives. For ASEAN regulators, of course, the journey towards the introduction of the Corporate Governance Scorecard has not just been the start of our corporate governance effort, and neither will it end here. Like many of you are aware, the trigger towards a much stronger and focus towards corporate governance really began about 18 years ago with the Asian financial crisis, which exposed shortcomings in corporate governance, risk management, and internal controls that, if left unaddressed, would have hindered the region's ability to deliver on its tremendous economic promise. A crisis of that magnitude demanded a forceful response, which the ASEAN policymakers delivered swiftly and resolutely through extensive reforms to the corporate governance regime in each country, including the introduction of rules and regulations for various matters governing director accountability, related party transactions, and corporate disclosures. But more importantly and encouragingly, the private sector, for the most part, also rose to the challenge and duly implemented the changes necessary in order to meet these higher corporate governance standards, and many of those responsible for upholding this commitment to good governance are here today and being honored here tonight. More than a decade ago, or more than a decade on, the result of such reforms appeared to be firmly in our favor. Together with other post-crisis regulatory and institutional reforms, ASEAN countries their work practices in improving corporate governance have played what is clearly an important role in strengthening the resilience of our financial markets against both endogenous and exogenous shocks, as we've seen both in the global financial crisis and in the recent periods of volatility that has been impacting both emerging markets as well as the regional markets. Ladies and gentlemen, the systematic approach that we have adopted in strengthening the region's corporate governance practices and frameworks has been accorded due recognition by various multilateral organizations, including the World Bank under its ROSC program. And more recently, I was extremely pleased to note we hosted the ASEAN Corporate Governance, ACGA, Corporate Governance Association conference in Kuala Lumpur just a couple of weeks ago. And as I said, I was very pleased to note that our collective determination in strengthening corporate governance did not go unnoticed, with the ACGA acknowledging the strong growth momentum for corporate governance reform in Southeast Asia. While corporate governance used to be widely regarded as an emerging market issue, the 2008 global financial crisis laid bare that assumption and starkly illustrated the perils of underestimating risks to corporate longevity and overall financial stability that may arise from poor corporate governance practices. And therefore, we see a much wider implementation of the corporate governance efforts, not only within the region, but also more widely in the work that we do internationally. Ladies and gentlemen, I think ASEAN's unique advantage in the approach that we have adopted for corporate governance has certainly been extremely important. We have put it within the discussions that we have in the ASEAN Capital Market Forum. The ASEAN Capital Market Forum has certainly adopted this as a very important regional agenda. We've introduced many regional initiatives, which I won't elucidate this evening. But really, in relation to the Corporate Governance Initiative, it was extremely pleasing to see that what began as a group of 4 corporate governance experts in 2012 has now grown into a successful public and private sector collaboration among capital market regulators, domestic ranking bodies, and experts, all coming together to improve the observance of good corporate governance practices across the region at large. The achievement that we are commemorating tonight, therefore, in my opinion, is truly a regional success story. I'm also very pleased by the way in which each jurisdiction has also infused this strong commitment to corporate governance within their domestic policy agenda. And earlier today, for example, we were privileged to be part of the launch of the Philippines Corporate Governance Blueprint, and I'd like to once again congratulate Chair Herbosa and her team for the efforts that they put in formulating this 5-year plan. Congratulations, Chairman. Dare I say, ladies and gentlemen, from my own experience at the Securities Commission Malaysia, this is an undertaking that is not only demanding and will require firm conviction, but also perseverance with multiple rounds of work that needs to be done. And I look forward to seeing the conclusions of this effort over the next few years. It is therefore, in my opinion, extremely fitting that on this evening, the Securities Commission Malaysia shall be passing the baton for the leadership of the ASEAN Corporate Governance Initiative to the Philippine SEC in the very capable hands of Chair Herbosa. When I approached her several months ago on the suggestion that I'd like her to take on the chairmanship of this particular initiative, it was not only based on the very strong commitment that I've seen her demonstrate on strengthening capital markets governance reforms in the Philippines, but also knowing that she had the ability and commitment to be able to bring in this regional collaboration effort to the next level. And therefore, I'm convinced that under her leadership, this initiative will indeed elevate the region's commitment to corporate governance to a higher level, and I'm sure that all our colleagues in the ASEAN Capital Market Forum not only share these views, but are also ready to support her fully in this endeavor. And therefore, at this juncture, I'd like to extend the ACMF's deepest appreciation to the participants in the Corporate Governance Assessment frame ranking exercise, which are the Institute of Directors of Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, and Thailand, the Minority Shareholder Watchdog Group of Malaysia, and of course, in the case of Vietnam, there's one single expert who worked on this, and that's Dr. Hien. I'd like to thank her as well for their contribution throughout the annual assessments and ranking exercise. And I'd like to finish by congratulating all our award recipients, and may I wish you a very delightful dinner ahead. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Datuk Ranjit Ajik Singh. May we ask the chairman to please remain on stage for the handover ceremony that we have today. Terima kasih.
That's right, because we will be having a handover ceremony of the leadership of the ASEAN Corporate Governance Initiative. So along with Datuk Ranjit Ajit Singh, we would like to call on stage, of course, the chairperson of the Securities and Exchange Commission here in the Philippines, Attorney Teresita Herbosa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Let me just say a few words. It's a great honor and privilege for the Philippine SEC to take over the leadership of the ASEMF Corporate Governance Initiative. We have big shoes to fill, taking over from Securities Commission Malaysia, particularly Dr. Asrita, who has done an exceptional job developing and promoting this from its infancy stage. As we move to the next phase, the Philippine SEC will take on the challenge of pushing for more focus on corporate governance in the ASEAN region by way of this ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard. This will not be an easy task, but we, the Philippine SEC, will strive to match the dedication and diligence of our predecessor, although I think that's almost an impossible task. With this, I accept with great pride the leadership of the ASEMF Corporate Governance Initiative and the ACGS. Thank you very much, or in Filipino, maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Chairperson Rojas. Let's give another round of applause for both chairs. Now, to introduce our keynote speaker, may I call on Mr. Ricky Jacinto, the Chief Executive Officer of the Institute for Corporate Directors.
Thank you, Quintin. It's my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, who was elected for the 4th time to the 3rd highest position in the Philippines, the Senate presidency, a post he had previously held from 2004 to from April to November 2000, from July 2001 to June 2004, and from July 2004 to June 2006. Throughout his career, he has championed various reforms. During the 15th Congress, he chaired the Senate Finance Committee and the Joint Congressional Oversight Committee on Public Expenditures. He advocated major reform measures during that Congress, most especially the GOCC, or Government-Owned and Controlled Corporation Governance Act of 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senator Franklin Drilon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jacinto, for your very kind introduction. Let me formally greet our chairperson of our Securities and Exchange Commission, Teresita J. Herbosa, Chairman Jose Pardo of the Philippine Stock Exchange, Mr. Datuk Ranjit Singh, the Chairman of the Securities and Commission of Malaysia. Let me also take this opportunity to greet Mr. James Nugget. I hope I got it correctly, the Director General of the Southeast Asian Development Corporation, and I see here my mentor in corporate governance, Mr. Jesse Stanislao. Ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant good evening to all of you. It is a great honor and pleasure to speak before you on this momentous occasion, the first ASEAN Corporate Governance Conference and Awards. Not long ago, corporate governance did not mean that much, except to people in the academe. But 2 events in the world history highlighted its extreme importance. First, the 1997 Asian financial crisis, which showed that corporate sector's unbridled pursuit of profits can severely affect economies. The financial crisis that affected the major economies in the ASEAN region sadly underscored the lack of corporate governance mechanisms in these countries. And second, the corporate governance scandals in the United States of America and Europe in the early part of the 21st century spurred some of the largest insolvencies in corporate history. Today, everyone from the corporate world to the bureaucrats and lawmakers recognize that corporate governance is important in macroeconomic development. I commend the ASEAN Capital Markets Forum, which, in partnership with the Asian Development Bank, initiated the ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard so as to raise the general corporate governance standards of ASEAN publicly listed companies. The scorecard will help in increasing their attractiveness to investors and promote the ASEAN as an asset class. By actively participating in the ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard initiative, the Philippines is manifesting its resolve to pursue corporate governance. It is heartwarming to note that 11 Philippine publicly listed corporations made it to the ASEAN top 50 publicly listed companies, which will be honored tonight. My heart swells with pride knowing that in the ASEAN region, our country's publicly listed corporations are making huge strides in corporate governance. This is an opportune time to commend Chairperson Teresita Herbosa and the Securities and Exchange Commission for their fierce determination to improve the country's corporate governance regime and to enable the Philippines to cope up with the forthcoming ASEAN economic integration. This evening, it is my honor and privilege to witness the launching of the Corporate Governance Blueprint for my country. This is the Security and Exchange Commission Corporate Governance Roadmap for the next 5 years. I am confident that with this roadmap, our country will have an even stronger corporate governance regime. The pursuit of corporate governance is not for those with a faint heart. It requires nerves of steel and solid rock determination. If you recall, during the first State of the Nation address of President Benigno Aquino in 2010, he cited the excesses in the government-owned and controlled corporation, as in the case of the Manila Water MWSS. I found it deplorable that the government-owned and controlled corporation or state-owned enterprises posted 3.46 trillion in liabilities, placing a huge financial burden on the national coffers. And even more appalling was the extravagant allowances, questionable incentives, and retirement benefits of the GOCCs. It is lamentable that huge amounts of money went to mismanaged and unproductive GOCCs. That money could have been spent for social services such as school buildings, hospitals, and scholarships for the poor but deserving students, or even for the rehabilitation of areas damaged by natural or man-made calamities. In response, and on my own initiative, and with the help of the ICD, with Jesseris Law Group, we wrote and worked on the enactment of the GOCC Governance Act of 2011. This law is a major reform measure as state-owned enterprises that were once milking cows of unscrupulous government officials and employees have now become instruments of national progress. Last year, 49 GOCCs in the government, 49 of them remitted a total of 36,850 million to the national coffers. In 2013, the contribution was 32.31 billion pesos. Note that in 2010, only 12 billion pesos was the programmed revenue from the government-owned and controlled corporations. In other words, in a short term of about 4 years, we tripled the income and contribution of the state-owned enterprises to the national coffers. Today, 4 years after the GOCC Governance Act of 2011 took effect, the law has been cited by credit rating agencies as a landmark piece of legislation that instills discipline among state-owned enterprises. With this law, we manifested the Philippine government's sincerity and commitment to improve corporate governance in the public sector. At least I can boast that the public sector beat the private sector by 4 years insofar as corporate governance is concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 years ago, President Benigno S. Aquino was elected on the platform of good governance. I threw my complete and total support to the President's Daang Matuwid, as I believe that this is the path that will propel our country to greater economic and social heights. Today, we can rightfully and collectively say that the Aquino government has made huge inroads in the field of good governance. This evening, let us celebrate what we have achieved, even as we build on our gains and continue traversing the path of good governance. Let me therefore again congratulate the Securities and Exchange Commission, Chairperson Tess Herbosa, on this momentous occasion, and we assure you of our support in Congress in the initiatives that you may want to take in terms of good governance in the private sector. Thank you very much, and a pleasant good evening to all of you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful speech, Senate President Franklin Drilon. Now, before one of the highlights of the night, which is dinner, Quintin would like to invite you.
Yeah, absolutely. You've all worked so hard, so there is time to indulge in a bit of selfies by the photo wall you have to our right and to your left. And while that's going on and you're having your sumptuous dinner, you will be serenaded by the world-class Leguero strings for tonight. So let's enjoy your dinner. Dinner is served. Good evening and welcome back. I hope you all had a lovely and sumptuous dinner. We now proceed to the award ceremonies proper. Companies from all across the ASEAN region have gathered here today for one ultimate goal, and that is to spark a regional revolution and transform the corporate world.
So before we move on to our awarding of different categories today, let's watch this short video before we proceed.
Good corporate governance. These are the traits that companies must possess in order to be recognized at the 2015 ASEAN Corporate Governance Conference and Awards. The regional revolution has begun with 6 participating countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. The ASEAN Capital Markets Forum spearheaded the formulation of the ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard, which evaluates companies' rights of shareholders, equitable treatment, role of stakeholders, disclosure and transparency, board responsibilities, and bonuses and penalties. Our goal is to underscore the importance of performance excellence in the realm of corporate governance. Be one of the catalysts for change that the corporate world needs. This is the 2015 ASEAN Corporate Governance Conference and Awards.
So now may we call on Deputy Director General ICD of the State Securities Commission, Ms. Nguyen T. Tu Toy, to present the award to the 2 top publicly listed companies with the outstanding achievement per country. These awards, of course, are in alphabetical order.
We start with the awards from Indonesia. PT Bank NISP TBK.
We call on the representative for PT Bank, Ms. Vita Diani of IICD. to please come up on stage.
Thank you, Ipo Vita.
Our other awardee is PT Bank, Tabungan Negara TBK.
May we call on Pa Iman Nugroho to the stage.
Now, our awardees from Malaysia. Allianz Malaysia Berhad.
May we please call on Ms. Shu Geknang to accept the award on behalf of Alliance Malaysia.
Thank you, Ms. Dam.
Our awardee is Top Glove Corporation Berhad.
May we call on Mr. Lim Chong Guan to the stage. Congratulations.
Now, our awardees from the Philippines. Asia United Bank Corporation.
May we please call on Justice Adolfo Azcuna to receive the award on behalf of AUB.
GT Capital Holdings Incorporated.
May we call on Mr. Carmelo Bautista to the stage. Congratulations.
Our awardees from Singapore. SATS Limited.
Represented by Mr. Cristiano Wong, who will be accepting the award on their behalf. Congratulations.
Also, Singapore Post Limited.
Let's give a round of applause to Mr. Mervyn Lim.
Now, our awardees from Thailand. Eastern Water Resources Development and Management, PCL.
May we call to the stage, please, the representative, Mr. Witaya Chaisuwan, to receive the award.
Also, Thaicom Public Company Limited.
May we call to the stage Mr. Paibun Panuwatabong. Sawadee krap.
Our awardees from Vietnam. Hoang An Gia Lai's Joint Stock Company.
To be represented by Mr. Hai H. Lam. Congratulations.
and Refrigeration Electrical Engineering Corporation.
Let's all congratulate Dr. Yen Nguyen.
We now move to the top 3 publicly listed companies per country.
Congratulations to all the winners, and let us now proceed, as the VO said, to the top 3 companies that achieved the highest scores in their own country. May we now call on the Executive Director, Market Conduct Department of the Monetary Authority of Singapore, Mr. Paul Yen, to present the award to the top 3 publicly listed companies per country. Winners will be called in alphabetical order.
Ladies and gentlemen, our awardees from Indonesia, Aneka Tambang Persero TBK.
Let's all give a round of applause to Mr. Dodi Prawira. Dodi, congratulations.
PT Bank CMB Niaga TBK.
Let's call Ibu Lydia Wulan Tumbelaka.
PT Bank Danamon Indonesia TBK.
Ibu Francisca Weilan Siam. Congratulations.
Our awardees from Malaysia, Bursa Malaysia Berhad.
Represented by Datu Tajuddin Atan. Congratulations.
CIMB Group Holdings Berhad.
And may we call on Datin Rosaya Mod Nasir to receive the award.
Telecom Malaysia Berhad.
Represented by Tan Shri Sulaiman Mabob.
Our awardees from the Philippines, Ayala Land Incorporated.
Let's call on Mr. Bernard Vincent D. Congratulations. Mr. D is accompanying Mr. Jaime Gonzalez. Congratulations to the CFO of Ayala.
Globe Telecom Incorporated.
We have Mr. Ernest Koo. Congratulations, Mr. Koo. Congratulations, Globe Telecom.
Congratulations also to Philex Mining Corporation.
Let's call on Mr. Manuel V. Pangilinan. Come to the stage. Congratulations, sir.
We now move to our awardees from Singapore. DBS Group Holdings Limited.
Can we please call on Ms. Sok Kui Chang from DBS Group Holdings, Singapore.
Singapore Exchange Limited.
Represented by Mr. Tan Boon Jin.
Singapore Telecommunications Limited.
Represented by Mr. Simon Israel. Congratulations.
We now move to our awardees from Thailand. PTT Exploration and Production Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Prano Tirasai.
PTT Global Chemical Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Prasert Bonumpun.
Samar Corporation Public Company Limited.
May we call on Sharonath Vilalok. Kapkongkra.
Our awardees now from Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh City Securities Corporation.
May we call on the representative, Mr. Arnold Pangilinan, to receive the award. Thank you and congratulations.
Petro Vietnam Fertilizer and Chemicals Corporation.
Congratulations to Mr. Tan Si Le.
And Vietnam Dairy Products Joint Stock Company.
Congratulations, Mr. Nguyen Trung.
Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Let's now continue with our next category, where the next top 50 public listed companies from across the region will be named and given recognition. May we call on the Deputy Commissioner 1, OJK Indonesia, Pak Sarjito, to present the awards for the first 25 PLCs. Please note that the top 50 PLCs will be called in alphabetical order. He will be assisted by the regulators from Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. May we call on now Dr. James Simanjuk, a member of the Board of Trustees of the Indonesian Institute for Corporate Directorship, Ms. Lia Rahman, General Manager of Malaysian Minority Shareholder Watch Group, and Mr. Ricardo Nicanor Jacinto, CEO of the Institute of Corporate Directors.
Alphabetically now. From the Philippines, Aboitiz Equity Ventures.
Congratulations to Mr. Eramon Aboitiz.
From Thailand, Advanced Info Service Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Chavin Chanaport.
Ayala Corporation.
Congratulations to Mr. Jaime Ismael. Also to Attorney Solomon Hermosura, rather. Congratulations.
Ayala Land Incorporated.
Congratulations, Mr. Jaime Ismael. Mr. Jaime Ismael is joined by Mr. D again. Congratulations.
Bangkok Aviation Fuel Services Public Company Limited.
Calling to the
From
stage
Thailand.
Mr. Pragopiat Ninad.
From the Philippines, BDO Unibank Incorporated.
Congratulations to Mr. Nestor Tan.
From Malaysia, Bursa Malaysia Berhad.
Congratulations, Datu Tajuddin Atan. Salamat petang, terima kasih.
From Singapore, Capital Land Limited.
Calling on Mr. Arthur Gerard Gindap to receive the award.
From Thailand, Central Patana Public Company Limited.
Let's call to the stage Ms. Naparat Sriwandit.
From Malaysia, CIMB Group Holdings Berhad.
Once again, calling on Datin Rosaya Maud Nashir to the stage to receive the award.
From Singapore, DBS Group Holdings Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Soki Chung.
From Thailand, Eastern Water Resources Development and Management Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Vitaya Chaisuwan.
From Thailand, Electricity Generating Public Company Limited.
Call to the stage Mr. Frank Theo. Congratulations.
From the Philippines, Globe Telecom Incorporated.
Calling Mr. Ernest Hu to come back on stage to receive the award. Congratulations.
From the Philippines, GT Capital Holdings Incorporated.
Congratulations again, Mr. Carmelo Bautista.
From Malaysia, IJM Corporation Berhad.
Calling Mr. Lee Chun Pai. Congratulations.
From Thailand, Indorama Ventures Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Ms. Jenly Barrera.
From Thailand, In Touch Holdings Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Wichai Kiti Witayakul.
From Thailand, IRPC Public Company Limited.
Let's give a round of applause for Ms. Monwipa Chupiban.
From Thailand, Kasikorn Bank Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Dr. Adit Laishutai.
From Singapore, Keppel Land Limited.
We call to the stage Mr. Linson Lim.
From Thailand, Krung Thai Bank Public Company Limited.
Calling to the stage Mr. Suchart Dejitirut.
From Malaysia, Malayan Banking Berhad.
Congratulations, Mr. Arminio Famatigan.
From the Philippines, Manila Electric Company.
Calling back to the stage, Mr. Manuel V. Pangilinan.
Also from the Philippines, Manila Water Company Incorporated.
Congratulations, Mr. Jerry Ablaza Jr.
We're now halfway through. So for the latter 25, may we please call on the Secretary General of Securities and Exchange Commission of Thailand, Kunrapi Suchiratakul, to present the award to the next 25 PLCs. Please note again that the 50 PLCs are being called in alphabetical order. He will be assisted by the regulators from Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam this time. May we call on stage Mr. John Lim, Honorary Fellow and immediate past Chairman of the Singapore Institute of Directors, or rather Mr. Willie Cheng, Chairman of the Singapore Institute of Directors, and Dr. Bandid Nijawathwarn, President and CEO of the Thai Institution of Directors, and Dr. Hien Tu Nguyen, Director of Maastricht MBA, School of Industrial Management, University of Technology, Vietnam National University.
To start our next batch, from the Philippines, Philex Mining Corporation.
Calling Mr. Eulalio B. Austin Jr. to please come up on stage.
Mr. Austin is joined by Mr. Johnny Santos. Congratulations.
Next, from the Philippines, Philippine Long Distance Telephone Company.
Calling Mr. Manny V. Pangilinan back on stage. Congratulations.
From Thailand, Pruksa Real Estate Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Paisarl Rumpan.
From Indonesia, PT Bank CIMB Niaga TBK.
Receiving the award is Ms. Lydia Wulan Tumbelaka.
From Indonesia, PT Bank Danamon, Indonesia, TBK.
Congratulations again, Ibo Francisco Wei Lianxian.
From Thailand, PTT Exploration and Production Public Company Limited.
Calling back on stage, Mr. Pranot Tirasai, or Miss Pranot Tirasai, rather.
Also from Thailand, PTT Global Chemical Public Company Limited.
Congratulations again, Praser Bunsumpun.
From Thailand, PTT Public Company Limited.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sukanya Siriotin. Congratulations.
From Thailand, Ratchaburi Electricity Generating Holding Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Somai Punsanachokorn.
From Malaysia, RHB Capital BHD.
Calling on Ms. Noraza Sulaiman. Congratulations.
From Thailand, Samart Corporation Public Company Limited.
Congratulations again, Mr. Charonath Dilaylak.
Samart Telecoms Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Sombut Utaysang.
From Singapore, SATS Limited.
Congratulations again, Mr. Cristianto Wong.
From Singapore, Singapore Exchange Limited.
Receiving the award is Mr. Tan Poon Kin.
From Singapore, Singapore Post Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Eldin Tu.
From Singapore, Singapore Press Holdings Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Willie Cheng, the SID Chairman.
From Singapore, Singapore Telecommunications Limited.
Let's welcome back to the stage Mr. Simon Israel. Congratulations.
From the Philippines, SM Prime Holdings Incorporated.
Congratulations, Mr. Jeffrey C. Lim.
From Malaysia, Telekom Malaysia Berhad.
Congratulations, calling back on stage, Mr. Tan Sri Sulaiman Mabob.
From Thailand, Thai Oil Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Panomas Chuchart Chak Kukwaya.
From Thailand, Thaicom Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Paron Israsema.
From Thailand, the Bangchak Petroleum Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Ms. Pakawadi Jun Rayapes.
From Thailand, the CM Cement Public Company Limited.
Let's call to the stage Mr. Jakrit Suanzil.
From Thailand, the CM Commercial Bank Public Company Limited.
Calling on Mr. Anucha Laukawan Satit to come on stage.
And finally, from Thailand, Total Access Communication Public Company Limited.
Congratulations, Mr. Chabit Sangum Dollar.
Again, let's give a big round of applause to our 50 winners. And before we proceed to our last category, Asian Development Bank Southeast Asian Department Director General James Nugent would like to say a few words.
Chairman Datuk Ranjit Ajit Singh, Chairperson Teresita Barbosa, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have the inevitable task of being between your dinner and the announcement of the 5 top awards, so I promise I will be brief. However, from the outset, and on behalf of the Asian Development Bank, I would like to thank Attorney Herbosa, the Institute of Corporate Directors, and Attorney Herbosa's entire team at Securities Exchange Commission Philippines for the excellent arrangements for today's earlier event and this evening's gala awards, dinner, and ceremony. Let me also extend our appreciation to the ASEAN Capital Markets Forum regulators who have partnered with the Asian Development Bank on the ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard. This initiative represents an excellent example on regional collaboration and partnership, through which some initial seed capital successfully matured into a self-funded and fully sustainable platform. We are confident that this initiative will continue to elevate corporate governance standards in the ASEAN region and beyond. In the spirit of this evening's event, however, let me congratulate the companies that will be announced as the top 5 ASEAN publicly listed companies shortly. You are deservingly being recognized publicly tonight. At the same time, let me thank all of the participating companies for their active participation, without which the ASEAN Corporate Governance Scorecard initiative would not have been possible. Awardees and participating corporates alike have all demonstrated their commitment towards the highest corporate governance practices and standards, for which the entire ASEAN region is a willing beneficiary. Now, before closing, let me share briefly with you 2 short messages. First, when you review the list of award recipients tonight, you will notice that awardees are spread across 5 of 6 participating ASEAN countries. This underlies a critically important point, that there is no geographic or jurisdictional limitations for excellence in corporate governance. It also exemplifies that the race to the top, encouraged under the Scorecard initiative, has successfully taken traction throughout the entire region and is not clustered around 1 or 2 countries. Second is addressed to the soon-to-be-announced award recipients. Your performance is a reflection of the broader trend corporate governance improvement and capital market development in the region. Corporate governance disciplines such as respecting the rights of shareholders, transparency and disclosure, board responsibilities, including the role of independent directors, are key aspects of capital market development. As corporate governance ambassadors, we again congratulate you while encouraging you to further build upon the high bar you have set for yourselves. In doing so, we are certain you will spread both your word and good practices across the entire ASEAN corporate community. And I think all of you would agree with me, that's a good thing. Thank you very much. I'll stop there.
Thank you, Mr. Nugent, for those inspiring words. Let us now proceed to the most awaited part of the evening, the top 5 ASEAN PLCs. May we now ask Datuk Ranjit Ajit Singh, the chairperson, Attorney Teresita Herbosa, and Ms. Azirta Abdul Aziz on stage to present the award to the winners.
Now for our first awardee. Bursa Malaysia is an exchange holding company established in 1973 and listed in 2005. Today, it is one of the largest bourses in ASEAN, hosting more than 900 companies across 60 economic activities. Bursa Malaysia offers a diverse spread of offerings covering equities, derivatives, Islamic products, bonds, as well as offshore, and provides a various range of investment choices globally. Bursa Malaysia Berhad.
And the company is represented by Datu Tajuddin Atan. Congratulations.
And to witness the presentation of the next award, may we please request Mr. Paul Yen of the Monetary Authority of Singapore to join Datuk Ranjit, Attorney Herbosa, and Ms. Azirita on stage. DBS is a leading financial services group in Asia with over 280 branches across 18 markets. Headquartered and listed in Singapore, DBS has a growing presence in 3 key Asian axes of growth. That's Greater China, Southeast Asia, as well as South Asia. DBS has also been named the safest bank in Asia by the Global Finance for 7 consecutive years. That's from 2009 up to this year, 2015.
From Singapore, DBS Group Holdings Limited.
Congratulations, Ms. Sok Wee Cheng.
And for the next award, we would like to invite Kun Rapi Sucharitakul of the Securities and Exchange Commission of Thailand to come on stage.
PTT Global Chemical Public Company Limited, Thailand. PTT Global Chemical Public Company Limited, or PTTGC, was founded as a chemical flagship of PTT Group with a combined chemical and petrochemical capacity of 8.75 million tons per year and crude oil condensate distillation capacity of 280,000 barrels per day. PTTGC represents Thailand's largest integrated petrochemical and refining business and a leading corporation in Asia Pacific. From Thailand, PTT Global Chemical Public Company Limited.
Congratulations. Let's congratulate Mr. Prasert Bunsumpun. Khop Kun Krap. Congratulations.
Now, Samart Corporation Public Company Limited was established in March 7, 1989 and was converted into a public company and listed in Thailand Stock Exchange in 1993. The business of Samart Group is divided into 5 groups, namely ICT Solutions and Services, Mobile, Multimedia, Call Center, Utilities and Transportations, and Technology-related services. From Thailand, Samart Corporation Public Company Limited.
Congratulations again, Mr. Charoenaraf Vilayluk. Quintin does this better than me.
On occasion.
Now, Singtel is Asia's leading communications group, providing a portfolio of services including voice and data solutions over fixed, wireless, and internet platforms, as well as infocom technology and pay TV. Headquartered in Singapore, Singtel has more than 130 years of operating experience and plays a pivotal role in the country's development as a major communications hub. From Singapore, Singapore Telecommunications Limited.
And let's congratulate Mr. Simon Israel for the hat trick. Congratulations.
Okay, may we please request Mr. Israel to stay on stage as we call on the previous 4 awardees as well for a group photo. Again, a huge round of applause for our top 5 in ASEAN.
Congratulations again to all our winners, and we look forward to next year's ASEAN Corporate Governance Awards.
Again, it has been a pleasure to host this event with you guys. I am Sean Yao.
I'm Quintin Pastrana. Sawadee krap, sampay jumpay lagi. Good night, mabuhay. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick and gentle reminder. Do not forget to pick up your souvenir program and your souvenir frame at the registration area on your way out. And for our awardees, do not forget to pick up the case of your award also at the registration area. Once more, to one and all, mabuhay and good night.